Hi, this is a foreigner in the Philippines. Well, who'd have thought that this dilemma would ever arise, that we would have money sent to us which we would perhaps have to send back to the donors. What has happened is that if you have seen the last video that we made, which was of the family meeting with Nisa's siblings and a pastor from the church that she used to go to, then you will know what I'm talking about. That she was being advised that she would not need the operation, that God has already cured her, and I guess it's just waiting to arrive. But anyway, my argument is not with God, and it's not with the power of prayer to cure. What we're looking at is that some people who are from a hillside community are now making a medical assessment of the 11th and 12th vertebrae on the spine of Nisa. And their assessment is that there's nothing wrong there. Yes, well, the only thing that we have going on the medical side is years and years of experience from a highly skilled surgeon. The power and evidence that is provided, skimpy though it may be, of MRIs, of ultrasound and x-rays. Now when you put this against the power of a lady who mostly occupies herself taking care of her children and doing the laundry and the housework and cooking, this evidence doesn't seem to be very powerful, does it? Apparently. So, you may have detected, if you are super aware, that this is a very frustrating situation for Beth and I. We have other people who are putting in their two penneth, and the task has become extremely difficult. Well, my own feeling is now that we're done, because we received a text this evening and the final decision by Nisa is that she is not going to have the operation. Now here we are, some 50 or 60,000 pesos into expenses for all of the various tests that we've had done, is all for nothing. Which is a shame when you think about it, because we could probably have built some needy, appreciative family a house. Very sad. I'm very sad. So now we are stuck with a massive ethical dilemma of what to do with the money. Now, the army of people that are surrounding Nisa are thinking that now that she's not going to have this operation, which was going to cost a lot of money, she'll have the money. And I don't think so, because there are people out there who really need help, who would really be very, very happy and grateful for that help. And it's our job to make sure that the money that is sent in by donors who are touched by a particular case, that they see the money that they send for that purpose used for that purpose. Now, it's not to buy cell phones, and it's not to buy bicycles for younger brothers, and it's not for any make-believe expenses that may come up. Now already, based on what has been seen in the last few videos, someone said we should keep this private, not make it public. Well, unfortunately it can't be, because right at the beginning, 3 months ago, we said we were going to portray ordinary life, and maybe this is extraordinary life, but it's in the way of ordinary life. These are the dilemmas that come up with people in this community. Well, this is what has come up in this community, and that's what we're presenting with you. So by the time that you see this video, and you may even see it out of sequence, what has to happen is that the decision cannot be ours. But of course, there's no way that we can come out looking clean on this. It just doesn't seem possible to me. Because if we withhold the money, then we can be judged as being vengeful. Oh, you're not going to have that? Well, we're not going to give you the money. It can be like that. It can be that whatever we do with the money, it will be not judged fairly, or it will be held under suspicion. Well, nothing's really so different, is it? Because no matter what we have been doing in the past, we've been under suspicion. Doesn't matter how many houses we build, doesn't matter how many people we help. None of that seems to matter. It all seems to go by the wayside. Now, are we giving up? Hell no. We're not giving up. It's a bit stressful, and we'll handle it. I worry most about my wife, Beth. But we have to continue. Now, even when we thought that Nisa was sleeping with the enemy and bad-mouthing us, despite all that my wife has done for this lady, we still kept on, and we were actually packing, ready to go to Cebu tomorrow, to take Nisa to the hospital, where she would have been admitted, and probably tomorrow she would have been into the theatre. And then we were planning how we would take care of her while she's there. That would have entailed us giving up our life and going to Cebu and sleeping in the hospital on the floor for this lady, or going to a cheap hotel. Always a great pleasure, isn't it, going to a cheap hotel? But that's what we were getting ready to do when we got the text. Please respect my decision. God will not allow this operation. So that's the update of right now at a little after 9 o'clock in the evening. Beth has already gone to bed, and it's just down to me doing my late night reveries, okay? So I thought I'd come on and just talk and get this off my chest, because this is what our life is about. Now, have to be honest, I'm relieved, because now we won't be blamed anymore for what happens to this person. Already the people, not all of them yet, but at least one of the people that had pledged money to this lady on a regular basis has said, sorry, that's not going to happen, and want to take back things that they have given. Well, we're not going to do that. She keeps whatever she has. So she's come out of it pretty well, which I don't begrudge her. She was living in wretched conditions, in a house with no windows and no doors and a dirt floor. And at least what we have managed to give her is a healthier body, not perfect, and it won't last. I wasn't being dramatic when I said it's all very well for these people to make decisions for this woman. They just step back, but she's the one that will die. And that's not dramatic. That's based on what the surgeon in his ignorance, told us. And in answer to one of the questions that one of our subscribers says, didn't you take her along and speak herself to the surgeon? Didn't he tell her what was involved? Yes, he did. Did he tell her she would die? Yes, he did. And we are now having to shrug our shoulders and say, sorry, we've done all we can. But all of the carrying and fetching and gas cylinders on my shoulders, walking down hills and dales, that's ending. That ended tonight. Because there are people out there who are asking for our help, and they're going to get our help, whatever happens. And we'll continue to bring the stories of the people that we meet that ask us for help, tell us their story, tell us about their lives, and we're going to continue bringing those. And we're going to get back to having some fun instead of being babysitters. And that's what the plan is. Now, right now, we have other building projects. I like to build houses. I like to go along there and say, oh, you need some more cement? I'll go and get it in my truck. Because actually, right now, I could probably get right up the hill, because we found out that gradually I realized that what was happening was not failing power, just a failing clutch. And we had to play the clutch replaced, and we're getting up the hill quite good now. Of course, it's not wet weather, but anyway, that's what's happening right now. So we're going to be contacting the donors who created this fund. We've got 219,000 pesos left. Dollars-wise, it's not actually a lot of money, and it came, this part of it, for ease of working it out, came from 2 donors, and one of them also fronted the money in its entirety for the hysterectomy of Marife's mother. So we took care of that through one of ours, and irrespective of any disagreements, of course, we're not letting that get in the way. Little update that wasn't quite so little, was it? And it never is, because I like talking, don't I? Anyway, this is a foreigner in the Philippines. I hope this keeps you informed on our little soap opera reality show, or unreality sometimes. But anyway, you have a good night, or a good morning, or a good day, whichever that is, wherever you are on the time zone.